In this course on multi-paradigm data science with the Wolfram language, we looked at developing a project workflow in stages: question, wrangle, explore, analyze, and communicate. And at each stage, we reviewed the multi-paradigm functionality offered by the Wolfram language to implement data science tasks required at that stage. As we wrap up the course, let's briefly touch on one more topic that is becoming increasingly important along with the growing applications of data science. It is always exciting to report or publish the insightful results from a particular data science project. However, along with the results, there is a growing call for the publication of the dataset itself, as well as the code and other resources used for the analysis, so that other people can reproduce the research, perhaps in the exact same way, or run similar analysis on different datasets, or try different approaches to analyze the same data. Publishing data-backed reproducible analysis makes it possible for the broader community to verify the results, since replication can be construed as stronger evidence, or people can build on the existing results or combine results from comparable analyses for better insight. The Wolfram Data Repository is a great global resource for publishing public data along with the code to analyze it. There's more on how the data repository can be used for data-backed publications in this blog post by Stephen Wolfram. How about a checklist to make the research reproducible as you plan and execute your next data science project? Start by building a flexible, modular, iterative workflow in stages. Breaking the work down in stages definitely helps with the organization, but the modularity also makes it easier to swap out one approach or technique and swap in another one at one particular stage independent of the others. Meanwhile, it is possible to go through multiple iterations of all the stages in the workflow, incrementally adding to each one as the project proceeds. Plan for structured data analysis. The wrangle stage of the workflow helps in achieving this goal during the project execution, and most definitely by the end of it. The data should be in a structured, computable form, similar to something that can be obtained by traversing the data curation hierarchy suggested by Stephen Wolfram. Automate the process wherever possible. Avoid point and click or any sort of manual editing. Instead, write code to implement every task in the workflow and to automate the workflow itself. No one can overemphasize the need for documenting and commenting all code. This is generally true for all software projects. However, in data science projects specifically, teams comprise of people from different backgrounds with different expertise. To ensure clear communication between team members, a documented workflow should include, along with the code, clear text explanations about choice of algorithms and parameters, as well as visualizations or other output generated by the code. This is where notebook-based workflows become so useful. The best practices for data science projects include recording and preserving everything, whether it's raw data from original sources or initial goals of the project and the questions they morphed into, references used for making decisions at each stage of the workflow, all of it. And of course, record the process itself, the final code used for the analysis, as well as all explorations, observations, and comments, what was presented to the world, as well as what wasn't. Version control is a no-brainer for storing code. Finally, at the end of the project, after sharing the exciting results, there's one more thing to be done before wrapping it all up. It's important to prepare for obsolescence. Life moves on, websites get taken down, software gets upgraded, so hopefully with meticulous archival, the workflow can be reused with the archived resources. But it is good to have a plan B. How would the analysis be carried out with new data or newer resources? We hope you find the reproducible research checklist useful as you try out the multi-paradigm data science workflow for your next project. The Wolfram technology stack, with more than 30 years of work building an intuitive, easy-to-use, computation environment with state-of-the-art algorithms, ready-to-use data, and automation capabilities all woven into one ecosystem provides all the resources you would need to start practicing multi-paradigm data science.